Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Tennessee Titans and the Atlanta Falcons play today, preseason week 2, starting up on Friday. It's the first game of a doubleheader on NFL Network, and this would be back-to-back weeks for the Titans, where they'll be playing NFC South teams in the preseason, playing the Bucs last week. They did get blown out 29-7, and their only touchdown score, their only scoring drive in the game was, on a drive where Cam Ward led a 65-yard touchdown drive, where he threw 67 passing yards on that drive due to a couple, maybe it was one or two penalties, caused him to throw more passing yards than the amount of yards they went on the drive. So, you know what? Actually, no, I'm wrong. He played 2 drives. That's why it was more than that, because he had one drive. It was a quick 3-and-out. Then came back out there, and led a touchdown drive. It wasn't just one drive and a touchdown. It was one drive and a 3-and-out. Then another drive, and they scored a touchdown. But yeah. And he's going to play a little bit again today. I'm excited to see what he can do. I thought he looked good in his first game. I'm excited to see what he could do in the second one. The Falcons aren't playing their offensive starters in this one, but they might be having a couple defensive starters out there. That's definitely going to be a little bit better than what the Bucs had last week. I think the Falcons have a better defense than the Bucs in general, but the Falcons should have a couple more starters out there than the Bucs did last week. So this could be more of a challenge for Cam Ward than it was last week. So I'm excited to see what he does with a little bit of a bigger challenge. But we're going to see all those other guys out there with him, like we saw last week, Tony Pollard, Calvin Ridley. We'll see all those guys, all the other starters with him. So I'm interested to see what he can do. One guy I'm most interested to look into in the Tennessee side is Gunnar Helm. As a Longhorns fan, I want to see more from him. He's a stud tight end. And, watching a lot of Miami football last year with Cam Ward, he has a lot of chemistry with the tight ends. Elijah Arroyo last year killed it last year in Miami playing with Cam Ward. I think guys like Chigo Okonkwo and Gunnar Helm are going to kill it this year in Tennessee, playing next to Cam Ward. So that's what I'm really excited to see. We'll see how he plays. And then for the Atlanta side, look, I'm not too interested in it. We'll see how they play. After last week we'll see how they played after last week when they got. I'm sorry for all the loud car noises. Someone's driving like a maniac. But after last week with the tough injury that was suffered by the Detroit Lions, and then the Falcons and Lions called the game, we're not able to play the fourth quarter. So I think this should be interesting for the guys that didn't get a lot of opportunities last week, because I think late in the fourth quarter of games, you see guys get opportunities. We're talking about guys that need to make a roster spot or make a practice squad. We see guys like that who are fighting for their career, and we see them fight in the third and fourth quarters of the preseason. And some of those guys for Atlanta and Detroit didn't get that opportunity in the fourth quarter because of that injury, unfortunately. And so that should be interesting to see for Atlanta. But they're going to have Easton Stick and Emory Jones out there at quarterback tonight. We got to see Easton Stick start a little bit for the Chargers a couple years ago when Herbert got hurt, but I'm not too interested in what the Falcons got going on tonight. But seeing Cam Ward on TV tonight definitely will be interesting. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section. I predict the Tennessee Titans bounce back in preseason, get a win today. Peace out.